It is the fastest pregame show on the planet. Highly informative and highly opinionated as well. Again, there are three different ways you can get a hold of me here on this AMA via Facebook at Yahoo Noise, on Twitch at Big Noise 78, or on YouTube with the Feed the Noise channel. Please subscribe to that channel if you're not already. I have the Fade 5 podcast. Do 3 of those a week with my partner, Nathaniel Lundy, Senior Fun Buns, and I do Fade the Noise every single Thursday for a full hour in the afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern. These AMAs are on there for rebroadcast as well. So chock full of all kinds of content for your gaming needs. Doesn't look like weather is going to play a major factor in a lot of these games today, though it was awful yesterday. I sat through the Illinois game, a lousy loss in that contest. I got wind burnt in the process, just slammed in the face, sitting in the upper deck. It was pretty bad conditions. Saw a couple of porta potties get pushed over in that game, and with wind gusts as high as 55 miles per hour early on, and the temperature absolutely plummeted. So uneventful day for your boy yesterday in the world of college football, at least in the game that I attended, but was a profitable one. If you follow my wagers, which you can access for free at Noisy Huevos, always free, always transparent. Those are words I live by, and I always track all the props that are there. And I think I have 32 in total here and a 6-team bye week. One additional note, too, before I get to some of your questions, give me a thumbs up or a heart emoji if you would like this broadcast. Give it some positive feedback. Every little bit helps here in the end. And again, I'll be there every single Sunday moving forward the rest of the season. Real quick, let me read off a couple player props I absolutely love today. And first and foremost is one I just locked in as soon as I stepped out of my vehicle here at the United Center this morning, and I saw a post, is Austin Eckler over 6.5 receptions at plus 115 at BetMGM. The guy has seen an incredible target share. Keenan Allen, who must have been doing like ballet or something during the bye week, is out once again with a hamstring injury. DeAndre Carter had some sickness this week. He may be less than 100%. So it's got to be a lot of Joshua Palmer, a lot of Gerald Everett, and a lot of Eckler on Texas routes underneath. Last 2 games, 28 targets, 22 receptions. He's gone for 10 catches and 12 catches in back-to-back games. And you look at Atlanta, they've been decent against the pass. I mean, Fournette had a 10-catch game against them earlier this year. That's the only guy to get over 4 receptions in a contest versus the Falcons. They're giving up 4.4 receptions and 32.4 receiving yards per game. But I think Eckler is going to be stressed, got to be a point of emphasis out of the backfield for Justin Herbert in this game. So I like him over 6.5 receptions at plus money. And yeah, get seduced by that juice at BetMGM. The other prop that I really like is Antonio Gibson, and I've seen some spikeage this morning on it. I locked in at 21.5 receiving yards. It's up to 24.5 receiving yards, and I would still take the over there. I may even play this up to like 27.5, 28.5. Another guy out of the backfield who's seen a plethora of targets, 24 routes run the last couple of games, 11 total targets, went 3 for 18 2 weeks ago, and then 7 for 58 last week against the Colts. He's usually good for at least 3 receptions in a game. He's averaging 7.9 yards per reception. That's top 10 at the running back position. He's number 3 in yards per route run. And you get a Minnesota defense, it's given up 5.4 catches and 40.1 yards per game to pass catching running back. So I think Gibson is going to be active. I still think he's an excellent RB2 play. And for fantasy football devices, flexi sexy at a minimum in a 10 or 12 team league. And then the other prop that I'm really digging in on this week is the over on DeAndre Hopkins, 82.5 receiving yards. This was as high as 83.5 at some of the books, as low as 77.5, and that's where I grabbed it when it opened. And you got to get in early in some of these markets if you like them, because you get some soft numbers you can take advantage of. But I mean, Hopkins, I may even play this up to like 89.5, to be honest with you. Seattle giving up 7.50 pass yards per attempt. Now, Tariq Woolen who's going to be his primary dance partner in coverage, has been sensational in coverage this season, giving up just a 55.6 catch rate and a 50.2 passer rating to his assignments. But it's all about that crank volume for Hopkins. The last couple of games, his first game's back off that suspension, 27 targets, 22 receptions for 262 yards. That's 13.5 looks per game. And he's also running some long routes as well. Number 2 in yards per route run. So a creative thing that I did at BetMGM on an OGP. Are you with me? Hopefully you will be on this. I went 8+ receptions, 80+ yards on D-Hop. It's plus 150. Yeah, that's some sexy juice. No question about it there. So DeAndre Hopkins should be another monster PPR effort today. And last point I just want to make, why only 2 games in the afternoon in NFL? Can we spread out some of the action? That's some weak sauce there as the front heavy load. I think there's like 7-8 games early on in this bye heavy week, but with 6 teams out of action, just move a game. You know, we got to have a minimum of 3 here in the afternoon session. 2, it sucks. So I just want to get that out there. Okay, again, I want to answer your questions. You see the 3 different ways to get a hold of me right now. Via Facebook at Yahoo Noise, on Twitch at Big Noise 78, or on my YouTube channel, Fade the Noise, it's called. Subscribe to that right now. Don't forget to watch live on the line. Me, Cam Smith, Senior Fun Buns, Brandon Funson at noon Eastern on Valley Sports and Stadium. You can also stream the show absolutely free at watchstadium.com/live. Watchstadium.com/live. We cover every single Sunday matchup from a sports betting angle. Could be a player prop, could be a side, could be a total, whatever tickers are fancy. We're going to lock and load that action. And yes, every bet that I post on my spreadsheet, I'm putting my real hard-earned cash on. So you see it there. And some of you say, why only 1 unit, Evans? Why don't you go like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 units? You weak bastard. You know, I get that all the time. I'm in this for the long haul. If you notice, I'm in negative results right now. So hopefully today we'll trim off some of the losses units that I've had this season. But I'm not about to, go high risk. I'm all about bankroll management in this game, but play how you want to play. That's what I always say. All right, let's get to your questions right now. And they are coming fast and furious on this broadcast. First up from Grant Sambo on the Twitch. Hola, amigo. Good morning. Need a running back and a flex for a PPR. Jamal Williams in automatically. I think he's going to find the end zone today. And yes, I already wagered on it at minus 115 at BetMGM. Michael Carter with James Robinson dinged. Antonio Gibson, who've already sung the praises of. Curtis Samuel, Duvernay, and Rondale Moore. A lot of these are muy interesante in my estimation, but my top 2 are Jamal Williams and Antonio Gibson. I think Gibson could have 60+ combined yards, good shot for 4 or 5 receptions in this game, maybe find the end zone as well. I love the usage inside the red zone here the last couple of weeks for him, and I expect that to continue today against a relatively soft Minnesota defense. That is their area of exploitability. Good luck. James says, need 3 in a PPR. Pittman, Gabe Davis, Scary Terry McLaurin, Juju. I'm starting Deion Jackson. Jackson's another interesting guy who should have an active role as a pass catcher out of the backfield, provided Sam Ehlinger is going to look his direction, which he did not really look the running back's direction a whole lot last week. But Naheem Hines now in Buffalo, and of course, Jonathan Taylor out. Deion should be neon in the short field as a pass catcher. So I like that call there. The other 3 I go with Juju tonight against the Tennessee Titans. They're getting up right around 7.6 pass yards per attempt. Give me McLaurin again in a matchup in which he should get a couple of chunk gains at a minimum against the Minnesota Vikings. And then that last one is dicey. I think you got to align yourself with a better passer, and that is clearly Josh Allen. So give me Gabe Davis, slight edge over Michael Pittman. Could have some suppressed numbers in Sam Ehlinger's second start. Kanaan Cash, Brian Robinson, Rashad White, Dontrell Hilliard, a deep play, so deep it may put your butt to sleep. Give me the touchdown appeal of Brian Robinson. You look at the Minnesota Vikings and what they have allowed on the ground. They're giving up north of 4 yards per carry, and he does have a featured role inside the red zone as a ball carrier. So hopefully he's going to break some tackles. Hopefully he's going to grind those legs between the tackles and splash six. I think there's more appeal here, although Dontrell Hilliard, quite honestly, is another person like Derrick Henry. I cannot wait until the receiving yards, the receptions, props populate at BetMGM. Look at Mark McAllister. Hola to you, amigo. Fields or Burrow? Leaning Fields, keep leaning. And don't worry about, I know the weather was awful here in the Midwest yesterday. If you took the under in a number of college football games, there were 6 impacted. We talked about on Friday. I got to wear my Jim Cantori Weather Channel meteorology hat on the show because I got a weather degree. So that was fun to flex those chops. I said that the winds were going to play major impact on a lot of those Midwestern Big Ten games, and that was certainly the case. Not so much today. I drove up from the Champaign area this morning, made the 2-hour drive to the Windy City. Not so breezy. Going to be a beautiful day in the 60s. As a matter of fact, at Soldier Field, light winds. I like Burrow to a certain extent, but Fields, because of that duality, just has a higher floor in my estimation. I think he's going to run for at least 50 yards in this game, and I bet you he throws for another $180 as well, which is normally what he's around to. I wrote about this on Bally Sports, my Fantasy Flames quarterbacks article. Had Fields projected for around 180, 1 passing touchdown, 50 yards, and a rushing TD as well, and I'm sticking to it. So higher floor, again, for me with Justin Fields over Joe Burrow. Jimmy says, full point PPR, pick 4 out of these. 2 wide receivers, a running back, and a flex. Davis, Lockett, Curtis Samuel's in. Jamal Williams is in. So there's your running back, and there's one of your wide receivers. Khalil Herbert, I think, is your flex option. And then the other wide receiver for me is going to be Tyler Lockett. We'll see about Gabe Davis, but really hasn't seen, he's seen a decent volume in terms of target share, but really hasn't made the most of it for the Bills. And the Jets secondary is legit. With DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner, combine those DBs under a 60 passer rating allowed this season. Believe in the Jets, Jets. It's crazy. Creamy, what a nickname, says Olave or DJ Moore. Gracias, amigo. I think this is a really lucky 7 situation in my mind. I'm going to go with DJ Moore, slightly higher market in terms of the player prop on receiving yards. I've seen as high as 68.5. It's down to 63.5. I've already taken the over. I took it on 68.5. I took it earlier this week at 63.5 at plus money, and it was as low as actually 61.5 at one point. But Moore with Noah Woozy in the secondary for the Bengals should do some damage. Last couple of games, 21 targets, 13 catches, 221 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. Got to see a lot of Eli Apple in coverage, and he's going to take a bite out of Eli Apple. 14.6 yards per catch allowed and a 108.1 passer rating surrendered by Apple as well. You look at the Bengals, 6 guys have hit the 70-yard mark against them this season through the air at the wide receiver position. Half of those, so 3 of them, have come over the last 2 games. Ryan says, hola, amigo, hola. Deion Jackson, or CEH. CEH is in a full-blown RBBC. No, thank you. I will pass on him tonight in the matchup against the Tennessee Titans. Give me the guy who should see volume. And, it's up in the air. Undetermined whether Sam Ehlinger has got to check down, but hopefully that has been coached. Hopefully that has been instilled and impressed upon him in practice this week to check the heck down. Deion Jackson, as I said, neon in the short field, and you could see him in that capacity. And if, the Colts are sniffing the chalk at any point in this game, Deion Jackson is going to get an opportunity or 3. So that's where I'm leading there. James says Gibson or Jamal Williams. Again, like both these guys this week. Good shot, both by the end zone. Better odds, though, in my estimation, for Jamal Williams, as the Packers are allowing 5+ yards per carry to the running back position. Michael says, hola, amigo. Sorry about the Atlanta. Yeah, it sucked yesterday. But Illinois is still at 7-2. They're already bowl eligible, far exceeded all my wildest expectations, and they can still win the Big Ten West next weekend if they handle business against the Purdue Boilermakers at home. And hell yeah, I'm going to be there. Foreman over Fournette, or is it trying to overthink things? I still go Leonard Fournette here. Why? If this is any element of a PPR league, I think Fournette has the advantage over Foreman. But again, what a luxury to have it in a 16 bye week, either one of these guys. Brady or Mariota says, Jimmy, I'm still going to go with Brady. Kanan says, Mooney, Herbert, Rondale, Thielen, or Dobbs in a PPR. Really close here. I slight lean to Adam Thielen. He may only catch 4 or 5 balls, but I think one's going to be for a touchdown today. Nick says, need some advice. Amon-Ra, Duvernay, Palmer, Gabe Davis, or Lockett. Need 3. Well, Amon-Ra's in. Even though I took the under on his receiving yards prop, which is up to now 74.5. I don't think he escapes the 60s. You have a solid floor there because of the receptions. So give me St. Brown, give me Palmer, and then give me Lockett. Those are my 3 wide receivers. Also, Pitts are likely. I have these guys 5 and 6 in my rankings at tight end this week, and I have Pitts 1 spot higher. I believe it's going to be closer last week than it's been most of the time this season. And last week he had 80 yards receiving. Josh says, reeling from the injury and bye week bug, forced to start Tony. Yikes. Picked up Deion Jackson, picked up Likely, and praying Jarvis starts today. Well, good luck to you. Good luck. If you're counting on Tony, I don't think he's going to play a whole lot. You may see him out there 15, 20 snaps maximum. He's got to pick up this offense very quickly, and it is a full-blown committee of wide receiver anyway. However, here's a little player prop I do like tonight. Miso Hardman over 27.5 receiving yards. That's all that number is. I locked that in at BetMGM at minus 115. John Redinger says, I have Eli Mitchell coming off the IR next week. Well, it's all Christian McCaffrey all the time, every time. And San Francisco, is he worth keeping? No, not really. You can drop him. Sorry about Illinois. I like them to win. Everybody had Illinois. They were favored by 17. They blew it. Eli Mitchell is expendable. He really is. So, yes, you can kick him to the curb if you don't have any roster space. Jack says, hey, Brad, full point PPR, Palmer or Mooney? Thanks. Mooney's going to do some damage today vertically because like Justin Fields, 180 pass yards, but that's only $180 in pass yards. It's not saying a whole lot. Who has the most upside? Well, it's a guy with the howitzer of an arm in Los Angeles. I'm going to go with Josh Palmer, who's going to see a vigorous target share. Him, Gerald Everett, Austin Eckler, really the only guys. I know some people are on Michael Bandy this week, but, Palmer is going to see probably 7 to 9 looks, is my estimation today. Mr. Gil Padilla says, Isaiah Likely or Zach Ertz. Happy Sunday. I think Ertz has the higher floor. If you're chasing ceiling, Likely is the guy. So, it's all about your risk tolerance in this conundrum. So for me, I'm going to go Zach Ertz, slight advantage here over Isaiah Likely. Go Bears! Bear down! Chicago Bears! We got like a couple of DBs and rookies starting today. You trade Roquan Smith. You lose your best edge rusher via trade. Yeah, Bears may have to score like 35 today to be remotely competitive. Tommy says, hello from Romeoville. Hola. Kirk or DJ Moore? It's DJ Moore for me. Deion Jackson or Foreman? Slight lean to Foreman over Deion Jackson at PPR just because I don't know if Sam Ehlinger is actually going to exercise a check down. Matt Hall says, PPR need 2 running backs. Which tandem do I choose? Herbert and Gibson or Eno and Connor? It's the first tandem. It's Herbert and Gibson. Why? Because I know exactly what the roles are going to be. And if Connor, he's going to test out the injured ribs, it's a pain tolerance issue. He could get dinged. He could exit stage left. And then Eno comes back into a sizable workload. But there's no guarantee that workload is going to be efficiently exercise. I know there's going to be some efficiency with Herbert and with Gibson today, especially in a PPR league. Kimberly, thumbs up. Thumbs up to you too, madame. Corey says, ask FFT. I don't work there, so I don't know why that, hashtag is even applying in this situation. Paris Campbell, DeAndre Carter, Khalif Raymond, Julio Jones, Mac Hollins, or Terrace Marshall. A whole lot of crap that you're shoveling at me that you got to start too, but these are the bye week blues all day long. Give me Terrace Marshall for one. And for the other, I'm going to go dark horse here and go Khalif Raymond, who saw a pretty sizable target share last week, I should say. Maybe gets another 4 or 5 catches in a game that has some garbage time appeal, because I think the Packers are actually going to show up. But who knows in that instance as well. Gary Dean says Cousins or Fields. Again, higher floors with Justin Fields because of that duality. Me seeing your hotel bed. I was in Detroit for a week. I'm glad I was back at home. Now I'm in Chicago. A lot of travel in this industry. Relish every single moment. And no, there was no innocent bystander in my bed. It was just me the entire time. Nobody's curious about my hotel bed. Lab says, "Hola, amigo. Hola." Pick 2 at a full point PPR. Foreman, Deion Jackson, Monty Dubs. It's the first 2. Got to follow the volume, especially when you get bonus points for 100 yards and long receptions. Come on, Alligers. Throw the damn ball to Jackson. Key says PBR, Justice Hill, McKinnon, or Abdullah Wolf. It's puke-inducing. That's rough. Jerick McKinnon, the only guy that's got significant upside out of that group. Shane says Hurts, Conklin, or likely. Well, why Hurts? He played on Thursday. Is that Ertz? I don't know. If it's Ertz, give me Ertz, and I would rank him this way. Ertz, likely, Conklin. If it's Jalen Hurts, congrats. You got 20 points from Thursday Night Football. Give me likely as a backup option there. Todd says, hola, Brad. Hola. Start one, DK Metcalf or Tyler Boyd. Give me DK. Slight advantage, although I do have a prop. Actually, I think I have a bet on both these guys. I only have like 32 bets locked and loaded this week, but kind of like both. Live J again comes back with Deion Jackson or Cordero. Well, Tyler Algier, Caleb Huntley, they're both probably going to eat into that volume today of that Cordell Patterson, workload. First game off the IR. So for me, it's probably going to be limited. Give me Deion Jackson. Not a whole lot of competition for touches in the Indy backfield. Patrick says Burrow or Tua. It's Tua. Again, the Bears starting 2 rookie DBs. You're down your best pass rusher and your best overall tackler because you trade them away. The Bears defense is going to be very beatable, I think, from this week moving forward rest of the season. It's all according to plan. It's all right. It's all right. They're building up for the future, and I know a lot of people are out there like hating on the Chase Claypool for a second rounder deal. Yeah, they probably overspent by a round, but draft picks don't automatically work out. There's no guarantees in any of the moves that you make with rookies. And Claypool has a body type that is equivalent to a wide receiver 1. He was buried on the depth chart. He's going to get every opportunity to be the wide receiver 2 in this offense and to give a nice downfield weapon for Justin Fields. I'm fine with the trade. Corey says, I already answered that, and because he already used that hashtag. Curtis Samuel or Thielen from Terry. Nice picture of hail there. I know what that is. Robinson or Khalil Herbert, PPR, by the way. Daddy wants Daddy. Daddy got to have it. Drop the sledge. I don't have my soundboard hooked up, but I'll give it to you. There you go. It's the best I can do. Give me Curtis Samuel to PPR. And yes, I have a player prop on Samuel over 4.5 receptions today for the Commanders. And then I'm going to go Khalil Herbert for the second one. Roger says, hola, rah, 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 rah. Ramondre fan. Need 2 out of Juju, Godwin, or Boyd. It's Godwin and it's Boyd. It's really close. Again, I consider this a lucky 7 situation really for all these guys. Sean says, Tony, Deion Jackson, St. Brown, Swift. Sit 1, it's got to be Swift. Well, actually, that can't be Swift. It's got to be Tony. Again, I think he's going to be limited to 15, 20 snaps at most in this Kansas City offensive attack tonight, though Swift really not going to do you any favors either. Dalton Mariota or Heineke for James. Give me Taylor Heineke there. Mark says, hola to you, Fields or Burrow. Leaning Fields. Yeah, I think I already answered this one, and I'm still leaning Fields as well. I'm going to try to pick up the pace because a lot of questions coming in. I'm going to try to answer them as many as I can here in the next few minutes because I got an exit stage left, and they got to apply and cake makeup on this god-awful phase to beautify it for television. Gabe Davis, Josh Palmer, DeAndre says CEH, easy bench for me here. And as DeAndre Swift, given the unknowns. Dan says Kirk or Deion Jackson in a full point PPR. Go with a guaranteed volume, and that's going to be Deion Jackson. D-Regs, 23. Hola to you. Half point. PPR pick 2. Lazard is in if active today with that shoulder injury. Tyler Boyd is the other. Ezekiel says, buenos dias. Buenos dias to you. Deion Jackson, Palmer, or Carter in the flex. Give me slight lane to Deion Jackson. Also likely or Hayden Hurst. That's probably the other question. Not Hurts. It was Hurst. I'm going to go likely still over Hurst. There you go. Woodbine goes, hola, half point PPR, need one. Brian Robinson, Paris Campbell, or the resurgence of Cam Akers. Hells to the no. I don't believe in that. Give me Brian Robinson. Hopefully he splashes 6 for you. Good luck. Steve says, buenos dias, senor. Buenos dias to you. Tight end and a flex out of this group. Everett in. Flex-wise, I go Foreman in the guaranteed volume there. So I'm with you on the lean. The other question, I miss you on Sirius XM, man. Well, I miss doing radio as well. But, we have Fade the Noise, me and Senior Fun Buns, every single Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So it's an hour of uninterrupted madness. We break down Thursday matchup. And we also reveal a ton of our favorite early player props for that upcoming NFL week. So tune in, streams right here, wherever you're watching this broadcast. Could be Facebook, could be on YouTube, on Fade the Noise, could be on my Twitter page. Hell, even on LinkedIn, Twitch. I have a channel up and running. Chris says, Mustard or Deion Jackson today? It's got to be Deion. Skipper says, what do you think of mandatory Montgomery today? Got to be an even split with Khalil Herbert. No, there's a shot here for an end zone splash, given, the shortcomings of the Miami defense in general, but Miami's actually been pretty good against the run. They've only allowed 3.72 yards per carry to opposing running backs. So tread lightly, but he's an RB2, though a back end one this week. Good morning, says Craig. Flex spot, London, Hines, James Robinson, or Dontrell Hilliard. Hines got to have a limited workload, just got dealt for. Don't like him. Robinson, no guarantees he's even going to play because of the knee setback. Dontrell Hilliard, I find fascinating. And you already have Henry, so Hilliard, the Hilliard option is probably not an option. It's actually an option. The problem with London is they don't throw the damn ball in Atlanta. And with the resurgence of Kyle Pitts, that eats into the volume opportunity of a Drake London. I kind of like Hilliard. I think, Tennessee, even if it's Malik Willis, you're going to have to really lean on the running back position, which is going to be wide open because Kansas City refuses to defend it. Jake says, full point PPR, Mooney or Palmer. Give me Palmer. Joshua says, half point PPR, pick 2, Pittman, Myers, Palmer. Give me Pittman and Palmer barely. Corey, you keep hammering the same question. I've already answered it. Bob says, hola, amigo, hola, full point PPR, Hines, Thielen, or Deion Jackson. Give me Deion Jackson. Kenneth says, PPRD 2, Fournette in, Deontay Foreman in, Mostert out. Scott says, top of the morning to you. Good sir. Carr or Lawrence? I do have Adams, so the stack is tantalizing. Go with the stack. I mean, there's only one direction to go for the Raiders, and that is up after that trash performance last week against the Saints. Ezekiel says Swift or Jamal Williams. Easily Jamal Williams. Joseph Olave or Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra, please. I think goes for like 6 for 67 today. Possible touchdown. And good luck with Mike Evans. Who I do like as the other wide receiver there. Skipper says Mooney, Montgomery, or Darrell Henderson. Darrell Henderson's never the answer. He's quite expendable, actually. I'm going to go with mandatory Montgomery. Elsewhere, Dave says Higbee or Hawkinson. Hawkinson, if you look at the player props market, it is dipped in the yards. It opened at 35.5 down to 31.5. That is a strong indication of not only where the market lies, but the odds makers shifting their belief in a Hawkinson. I don't care what the coaching staff is saying. Good luck. You're going to pick up the offense in like a matter of a handful of days. I think he's going to be limited today. Chris says, Thielen or Allen Robinson, 2 for the flex. Well, there's only 2 guys listed here. Thielen I would have ahead of Robinson. Pitts, Rondale, or Jacoby. I'm going to go Pitts. CC says, in Detroit, Jamal or Khalil. Oh, it's easily Jamal, who I wagered on anytime touchdown. Holy cow, lucky guy. Mike, trying to survive my guillotine league. I have to put A.J. Dillon into my flex this week. I think Dillon's got to find a touchdown. You're going to hear about that prop specifically on Live at the Line coming up at noon Eastern across Valley Sports and at watchstadium.com/live if you want to stream the show. I could pick up Duvernay or DeAndre Carter. Or should I just hope Dillon gets some volume today? I think I got to go with Dillon. Detroit giving up north of 5 yards per carry. Really good shot. I think he finds the end zone. Could have some suppressed yardage, but 50 yards at touchdown, entirely achievable today. Gesicki or Likely, got to go Likely. Grant Sambo says starting Cordell fresh off IR or Rondale Moore to PPR. Give me Rondale Moore. Daddy wants, Daddy need, Daddy gotta have it. You ask and you shall receive. Lucky Guy says Olave or Juju. It's Olave for me. Kimberly says, Cameron, if I asked you already, no, you haven't asked this yet. Gabe Davis or Josh Palmer today. Give me Josh Palmer. Crank the volume to 11, good sir. Jacoby or Dobbs, some germ, and you might want to wash your hands. I'm going to go with Jacoby Myers. Dan says Palmer or Dobbs. Give me Joshua Palmer. Albert says Foreman or Palmer. It is Deonta Foreman for me. Jimmy, last question. Herbert and Swift in a full point PPR. Got to go with Herbert because of the limitations with Swift. Probably Hurst. Yeah, that I figured that out on the tight end question back in earlier on the broadcast. Anthony says Mooney, Montgomery, or Henderson. I already answered that. Let's see. Likely or Everett. Give me Gerald Everett. Thielen or Samuel. Give me Thielen in a full point PPR. Dub Season says Jamal Williams or Christian Kirk. Give me Jamal Williams all day. Shane says, I meant to say Hayden Hurst. There it is. So we got the clarification there. Cousins or Tua. Tua for me. And the last couple of ones here as I'm flying through these as quickly as I can. Moore, Olave, or Boyd. Give me Tyler Boyd there. Pick 2, Craig. Says Monster, Carter, Boyd, or Pittman. It's Boyd, and it's Pittman for me. Milton says Dobbs or Thielen. Give me Thielen, please, and thank you. Gypsy Queen on Twitch. Brad, should I start Robert Tonyan or Dawson Knox? Give me Tonyan. If I go Tonyan, do I have to drop someone like Knox, Rashad White, or Rondale Robinson? White and Robinson are both expendable unless it's like a 20-team league. And TJ or Likely from Brandon Stockton. Again, I'm going to go with Likely because I think TJ Hawkinson's going to be on a snap count. All right, folks, I am unfortunately out of time on this broadcast, but don't forget, watch Live on the Line coming up at noon Eastern on Valley Sports RSNs and on Stadium, stream it at watchstadium.com, watchstadium.com, if I could say it, /live, watchstadium.com/live. Unlike most sports betting pregame shows, we cover every single freaking game, and we give you multiple picks in every single freaking game. So it's fast, it's furious. Cam Smith, Brandon Funston, Senior Fun Buns, and myself live in studio here in the Windy City of Chicago. Good luck to you in week number 9. Get that W. And until next time, adios, amigos.